In how many days? I think it's been like 2 days since I haven't actually spoken to you guys, and I felt so different. I'm like, let's see how I just knew something was just off about my Christmas because I'm used to always getting in front of your screens and just chatting about stuff and everything as regards Afrobeat and what it represents and the vibe that we get from everything, the conversations, the gospels, the ups and downs, the merriments, everything that Afrobeat represents. I've missed you guys terribly, and I couldn't wait to be back to share with you all the beats and all the tricks and all the treats of Afrobeat. But guys, before we start, I just want to say a very big thank you to you guys for doing the most for us. But wait till how was your Christmas? Put in the chat box what you did for Christmas. Let me know if you had a swell time like I did. Had an amazing time. It was actually a very good period for me to relax and rest a bit, spend time with family. So it was good. I had a lot of food. I had some that almost even took me out. But but at the end of the day, it was good. Christmas is all about the fun and the thrill. So, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you so much for doing the most for us here at Gusto TV Africa. We appreciate you. We love, love, love you from the bottom of our hearts. And we say, guys, continue to do the most that you do for us. Continue to stream, continue to like, continue to subscribe, continue to share this video to everyone that you know and everyone that you love. Guys, so it's been quite a lot of basketballs here, and we're winding up to the end of 2024, and there's been new music here and there. Our Afrobeat superstars are doing so much, just showing up and showing out, and releasing music, going to shows, just really killing it and just doing their bits to get all the fans raving and talking, giving them the fun and everything that has everything that December has to offer. And for what is worth, it's been really good. We've not had any type of major chaos, but we have not so good news coming out from the YBNL camp because one of our faves, I think what is happening right now is not so good, but it is what it is. Like I always say, soldier come, soldier go, barrack go remain. But that's not the gist, especially because this is all like speculation. But what we have now is that Asake is leaving the YBNL group and to be on his own. We don't know, but that's what it's looking like because all is not well with the YBNL franchise. This ship that has sailed so smoothly for the past 3 to 4 years now. For Ashake as a person, and of course, the past 2 years for the YBNL group, is seeming to have hit the iceberg. And of course, right now it's looking like there's going to be a major separation between Ashake and the YBNL group. Of course, with the head and the chairperson being Olamide Bado. So there's been a lot of conversations around this because people have had so much to talk. There's just been an unusual quietness around Ashake, Mr. Money with the vibe. Started from when he had a concert, supposedly for his fans. And of course, people came and said it was something that he was doing for his fans. And, he didn't show up. And it was a lot of talk. But people were just a little bit relaxed that, okay, probably it could be that, he's busy. It was something that was just done for the fans. But how can there be a concert, an Olamide Bado concert, Olamide live in concert, and there is no Ashake? That kind of like just widening the gap on speculation because it's impossible that Olamide will have something so big, that this is something that he does like every other year, and there was no Ashake in sight. Every other person who has also been in the YBNL franchise made it, to the event. Had a lot of them from the Lil Keshies, even to Phil's Mr. Producer. Literally everybody who Olamide has taken under his wings before and even after the whole formation of the YBNL group. They were all there. The industry giants, the industry greats were hugely and highly represented at the event. But there was no Ashake, Mr. Money with the vibe. And it sparked a lot of criticism and it sparked a lot of conversations. And right now, people are not even having it because this whole gist of Ashake leaving seems to be true because he's not really released music for the past couple of months. He's been oddly quiet after the release of the Lungu Boy project. Of course, went on tour, and after then, he just really became silent. There was no really major news coming from him, and there's no joint project. Even with Olamide himself, it's been quite a lot of speculations here and there, and there's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk, and it seems like this is actually legit coming from the YBNL group. Of course, if you see your screen, that's a video of Olamide Bado and Asake, Mr. Money with the Vibe, the time that he got signed 2 years ago to the franchise. And it was actually a very, very beautiful moment, to say the least. But right now, it seems like this boat is not sailing exactly how we should sail, because um, Asake has, gone, to his social media and just cleaned out his social media and followed Olamide Bado, and it's just saying a lot. It's just saying, you know what, I'm not signed to this label anymore. That's what it suggests rather, and that's what we're picking up from all of this, all these moves and all of these things happening. Guys, do you think that there's trouble in paradise for Asake and Olamide Bado? Because their synergy has actually been really great. Of course, this guy was just signed like 2 years ago, and the things that he's been able to do in the industry for the past 2 years has been phenomenal. And of course, the collaboration between him and Olamide Bado has been seamless. It's been good. The relationship has been like that kind of like a brotherly type thing. And for us to see all of these things happen, I mean, it raises the dust, and it calls for a lot of concern. And guys, how are you taking this? How are you actually taking this? Is this the right move for Asake right now? Given the fact that he's quite at the peak of his career right now, is this the right time to leave, or is it something that we don't know about? Is there something that is going on that the industry does not even have a clue as regards the how I want it to come now, how deep this is? Because going to the end of the year and we're seeing this actually like just breaks our heart, because we want to see this collaboration go on for a long time. But you know what I say, soldier come, soldier go, and Barack will always remain. But one thing that has stood out for us is the fact that Asake has really worked hard, dropping Mr. Money with a Vibe in 2022, the year that he got signed to the franchise. And of course, going on to do another project, Work of Art. And then, of course, in 2024, giving us the Lungu Boy project that is widely talked about, one of the most successful albums to come out of the Afrobeat space. And, Asake has really worked hard, done a trifecta. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the challenge is. It seems like this is bigger than the surface. But I mean, this is why we are here at Gusto TV Entertainment, to bring you all the tea. But what we can tell you for fact is that all is not well with Asake and Olamide Bado. And one of the most popular, commentators online by the name Oye Mike said, took to his ex account to tweet and says, Asake needs Olamide, YBNL needs Asake. You people should relax his contract a bit. Guys, do you think there's a contract issue? Because I remember one time there was a video that popped up online, and Asake was asked, questions around his contract or his affiliation with Olamide Bado, and he vehemently said in that interview, I remember, he said, you know what? He gave me the contract, and I told him, I'm not looking at this contract. I'm not reading anything. Let me just sign, because the excitement of having to work with Olamide Bado is something that everybody cannot contain. The euphoria is actually maddening. And is it a case of going against his contract agreement or anything like that? Because if you don't read your contract, you might just be wallowing in some type of deep shit, if I have to put it that way, because there could be some things that you do unknowingly, and then of course it contravenes your contract. But guys, a lot of people have been talking, and somebody who by the name JJ Omojowa, who is quite popular online, has taken to his ex account to give his own verdict on this issue, and I will read it. Like he said, I understand Oye Mike and his good intentions, but YBNL doesn't need anyone as long as it's got Olamide's multi-dimensional touch to music creation and business. By design, the label nurtures new acts, makes them stars, and allows them the freedom to leave when they want to. It has never been an issue. Now, he also goes on to say two things have been constant with the YBNL crew: Olamide number one, and number two, another star in the horizon. And it's like a football team. Real Madrid lost Cristiano Ronaldo and continued to do what it was doing before Cristiano Ronaldo came. And YBNL is closer to Real Madrid, and that is what it is. And what club comes to mind as he says in in his postulation as regards this issue? He says, as long as you maintain your culture of excellence, people will come and go. The culture that makes them will stay, making new stars. This is looking quite messy, and it looks like this is bigger than the surface. So I mean, if you look at all of these things, I think it's something that has to do with the contract agreement, and of course, Oye Mike saying relax his contract a bit and all of that stuff. Guys, do you think that this is the end of the road for Asake and the YBNL crew? Because this is not the first rodeo. We've seen stars come to the YBNL crew and left. Even the most popular AG Baby was signed to the franchise before before he stood up to be by himself and do things like a man. And right now, the only shining star, or the two popular shining stars in the YBNL franchise, Asake and Fireboy DML. Is this the end of the road for Asake? Probably a new star is on the horizon, like Omojo has said. We don't know. But we hope that whatever it is that's going on with Asake and Olamide can be sorted. And of course, we can get some clarity. Nobody has come up to actually say anything as regards this. Neither Asake nor Olamide Bado. But right now, Asake has unfollowed everyone on IG, and of course, including the YBNL stamp that he put on his profile, saying, "Okay, signed to YBNL." That as well is off, and right now it's seeming like he's going independent. Well, that is what it is. But of course, we get the fan reactions, and of course, Abbas says, "Let's be honest, Asake has released more hit songs in 2 years than Wizkid has ever done in 9 years." Well, I don't know why Whiskey is catching the stray bullet here, but that is what Abbas is saying. Guys, do you agree to this one? Do you think that Asake has been a more successful artist than Whiskey himself? We're not forgetting that Whiskey just dropped a super stunning album, the Mariah album that has been doing quite incredible numbers, and for me it is quite a successful album. But anyway, that is what Abbas is saying. And Prom says Asake was just signed in 2022. It's still crazy that he achieved so much in 2 years. Omokbe, for real. Well, that is quite phenomenal. I mean, if we're actually being serious, Asake has achieved so much in 2 years than a lot of artists have even done in 10 years. And Baby on X says if Ashake and Sheyi are both independent in 2025, he could actually break the internet and surprise us with a collab, even a joint project. Well, you remember Sheyi Vibes had this issue with Dapper, and of course he's a free man right now. But that case is still hanging on the balance because we haven't come to the end of all that yet. But right now it's seeming like Ashake is going through that direction or going through that whole fiasco right now. But we don't know how it's going to pan out, but let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that we get a statement from either Asake or Olamide Bado. Olamide Bado hasn't said a word as regards this. He's been saying, chilling with Wizkid the most, Dirty December, and just hanging out, going to the club and just having a good time. And of course, Wizkid there saying love Bado for life thing. And the chemistry between Wizkid and Olamide Bado has been intense. Of course, he showed up for Olamide Bado at the Olik event, and of course a lot of people were surprised to see that one. But of course, they're like brothers. Of course, they have that very good relationship going on for themselves. So right now it's seeming like one person that is going to go off the radar, or the brotherhood radar, will be Asake, Mr. Money with the Vibe. But let's keep our fingers crossed as regards that one. And moving on to the next one is Davido has lost his place on the number one spot to the one and only Fido. Joy is coming. Actually, joy is here for Fido, who has actually emerged to be the number one guy on the Apple Music NG. I beg your pardon. He's now the number one guy with the song Joy is Coming. Of course, sorry, I beg your pardon. Davido has held this spot for how many weeks? more than 6 weeks consecutive. And of course, he's been on that number one spot with the song Fonts featuring Dumudu Black and Chike. But right now, Fido has said, you know what, I'm the next guy in line. I'm the guy who's going to knock you off the perch. And it's looking like that because Joy is Coming is the number one song, followed by Fonts featuring Dumudu Black and Chike. And of course, we have Bundle by Bundle by the one and only Burna Boy. And that's just says a lot because the charts is just going up and down. And right now, it looks like these guys are not taking a break. And one person that's a newcomer to the chart list and on the number one spot is Fido. And that's not the only thing happening because a lot of people have been talking. And of course, Fido has actually been alleged to throw shades at the 30BG camp and as well as the one and only ODG Odogo. And someone tweeted, Obon Rovel says, okay, of course, Fido had tweeted on his X account and says, Joy is Coming, number one song on every lip. And, Obong said, see what Burna Boy couldn't do. And that particular post was actually retweeted by Fido, and a lot of people are saying that's quite disrespectful to the Odogo himself. You're just a upcoming artist, if we have to put it that way. You're not really like blown right now, but just give respect to whom respect is due. Anyways, on the other side, we see Davido tweeting and said, I will be there still. Is this like a shade to say, take the number one spot for today and tomorrow I'm going to come back to my spot because I'm the king of Afrobeat. Anyways, and another development, Fido has taken to his to Instagram to actually just really put all these things, and into perspective and say, guys, I know the shade Osakbolo. I've been seeing Osakbolo FC on my screen. I didn't know they were talking about Davido because he has said that, these guys, they are bringing bad energy and all of that stuff. So he probably didn't know that Osakbolo is the nickname for Davido. Anyways, he took swipes at the 30BG camp, and of course, it didn't end well for him. But he has come up to say, guys, I respect David. David is Oria Day number 1001, and I would not disrespect him because he has paved the way for a lot of artists, and that would not be me disrespecting him. Anyways, we don't know if the 30BG camp has forgiven him yet because right now it seems that his TikTok account has been disbarred because this 30BG guys just went there and just started reporting his account, and he has lost his TikTok account. And one very strong fan base that you do not want to mess with is the 30BG or the FCs. These guys have a very, very formidable front, and if you mess with them, they're really gonna kick you in the butt. But right now, Fido is number one guy with Joyce Coming, and of course, he's enjoying that spot and enjoying the successes that has brought to him. And of course, Success says on X, if you stay there past 20 hours, make I know what it costs. I did go stream fund, so and that is a 30BG guy undoubtedly. Anyways, Diola says, may the best farmer win. This whole conversation about farming has forever continued, and this conversation will not stop because it seems like people are not going to accept that these guys are working super hard to end all of this. Well, that's what's going on right now. But we have Ayra Starr, who is having a very fantastic year. The past 12 months for Ayra Starr has been phenomenal. Of course, the year I turned 21, the album has been actually very successful, and she caps it up with an impressive performance at the Flight Time event. She was a headliner for the show, and of course, it was a beautiful moment. There have been conversations about who's the queen of Afrobeat and stuff. Ayra Starr has never actually given audience to all of that. The other day, we saw her together with Thames and the one and only Tyler having this trial moment, and it was so beautiful. That's the Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar of the Afrobeat women's space. It was so beautiful to see. And right now, she actually had a very impressive show, at the Flight Time event, headlined that show, and it was very beautiful. Of course, we see her there, looking stunning and everything, performing and having a great time. The audience was so hyped. Everybody had a great time. And Tiwa Savage, Darko, Rema, Crayon, Magix, a lot of artists were actually present at the event, and it was so beautiful. Guys, do you think that Ayra Starr is the one to beat in terms of the biggest female superstar that has actually dominated the Afrobeat space? Let me know in the comment section what you think about this. And of course, one moment that stood out for everybody that was present at the event was the whole chemistry between Tiwa Savage and Ayra Starr. Of course, Mama Jam Jam, supposedly the queen of Afrobeat, came out to support the one and only Ayra Starr, and it was such a beautiful moment. Ayra Starr bowing down to say, take your crown, take your flowers, you're the queen and stuff. It was really, really beautiful. And of course, everyone had a great time. Anyways, wrapping up the news this moment, my favorite part of the show is Take It From Me, where I get to give you the best advice. And trust me, everyone that has taken this advice have come to me with testimonies to say it works. But let me give you for free because you're my guy anyway. So this one is coming from me, and it says there's so much power in believing that everything will work out. A lot of people are getting to the end of the year and there's so much expectation. Oh, I couldn't achieve X and X in 2024. But listen, don't put yourself under pressure, because believe is everything and then everything will work out. Guys, take this from me and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. But let me tell you something. We're coming back again for the second part of the show in the evening around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Turn on your notification bell because we have 5,000 naira to give away to the person with the most comments in the live box. But guys, that's one thing that we're looking forward to, and I'm going to give you all the tea. I have people who are going to join me, experts, from across the world, to delve into some of these topics and, of course, everything that's been happening in the world of Afrobeat. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think this is the end of the road for YBNL in terms of Asake and Olamide Bado? Put in the comment section. I'll be right there to respond to everything that you've got to say. Guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. And for me, I just want to say take care and have a happy holiday.